This week is Shabbos HaGadol, which commemorates the fact that before Yetzias Mitzrayim, Klal Yisrael took the sheep that was designated for the Korban Pesach on this day, on the Shabbos that fell out before Yetzias Mitzrayim, and they tied it to their beds. They designated it to ultimately be shachted on the night before Yetzias Mitzrayim. What is the significance of that action that we commemorate it all the time? My grandfather, Zecher Tzaddik B'Kodesh L'Brocha, says, this is printed in Malchus Shlomo of Shabbos HaGadol, that when a person chooses a goal for himself, to strive for, to grow towards, the first step is to first determine what he doesn't want to be. Before he can draw up an absolute picture of what he's shooting for, what he wants to be, the first step is to determine what he for sure does not want to be. And that's because the goal itself will change as the person grows. He'll get a better picture of what he needs to be, of what he wants to be. In the very beginning, what he can determine and what he should and needs to determine is what he for sure does not want to be. Klal Yisrael were standing at the precipice of freedom, of Cheres, where they were going to leave Mitzrayim and grow to something much, much greater. The first step was for them to determine what they no longer want to be. And they took the Avodah Zarah of Mitzrayim that had been so part of their surroundings for so long. And they designated it to be shechted and slaughtered. And that was a statement of saying, we may not yet know what we will become, but one thing we know, this is no longer us. This we don't want to be associated with. And I think that this is the first step of freedom, is when a person concretizes for himself what he wants to divest himself of. And perhaps that's the avoid of Shabbos HaGadol to this day, that we're about to have a Pesach in the coming week, and that Pesach is going to set us free. Our hachana for that freedom is on Shabbos HaGadol, where we go through our lives and we look at the things that are holding us down, and we determine with clarity that when we go free, this is what we want to go free from. We no longer want to be this. We don't know what we're going to become after Pesach. We don't know what heights Pesach will bring us to, but one thing we do know is that these things we don't want to be anymore. And when a person on Shabbos HaGadol concretizes to himself the changes that he wants to happen over Pesach, that is the first step to the personal redemption that we'll experience on Pesach. Have a wonderful Heilige Shabbos Shalom.